Hello and welcome to another edition of the Plus One interview. And I'm here with Lynn Tech head coach Stevie Patrick Jr. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, brother. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain. I can't complain. All right, coach. No, I mean, we are here in January, and usually there'd be basketball going on, and as of now, there's no basketball. Well, in Lynn, only St. Mary's is playing, but there's some communities that got basketball, some doesn't. Just as a coach, what do you make of all this happening right now? I know everybody wants to be safe, but what do you make of it?
Um, what I make of it is, I just feel like everybody's intentions is for the embetterment of the kids. It's unfortunate that, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry about that. It's unfortunate that the kids can't play right now, but um, at the same time, I feel like it's keeping them safe too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, safety is the biggest thing. That's one
It's
thing.
number one.
But a lot of the frustrations that I've heard from coaches is in the decision of having not have in the decision of having Lynn Public Schools not participate in the winter sports. There was no communications from the city and from the health department with the coaches, with the athletic directors, and not even a review of the guidelines that the MIAA put forward into, able to have winter sports.
From what I know, no, there wasn't like an official meeting or anything like that. I'm sure they was corresponding with principals and athletic directors. I'm sure that was being done, through City Hall and the Department of Public Health. Um, but no, there was no official meeting with coaches and athletic directors. And all the information we got from the MIAA, we had to do the research on our own, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there might have been a few emails sent, but nobody was like, you need to look at these emails, or, we need to figure out how we can, you know, get this done. No one even talked to us about whether we wanted to do it or not. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? It just
Yeah.
decision was made by the city, and what I think frustrates a lot of people is they're saying it's a public health thing, or public health makes the decision. And if you make that decision, then you have to make that decision for everyone. I'm happy that there are some athletics in Lynn, but the other side of me feels like if it's a city thing, then it's a city thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as a coach, what do you tell your players? How are you getting them through this time? Because it's this time it's school, basketball practice, then games on certain days. So now it's they don't have that extracurricular activities. Some kids that look forward to just playing, they might have the mindset of just like what am I even going to school for?
Yeah. I can't speak for every student. I can
Mm-hmm.
speak for the ones that I've spoken to, or the ones that play on the Lynn Tech basketball team. Um, a lot of them were doing a lot of workouts on their own, going to the YMCA while they could, while the restrictions were off. Um, going to the YMCA, putting in the work. Some of them playing on AAU teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to supplement the time in the winter. I mean, I don't believe there's any AAU going on right now. None of my kids are playing AAU right now, but I also want to give a shout out to the community of Lynn, because there are people out there uh, trying to make sure that these kids stay off the streets, also stay in shape. I really don't want to name drop, but these people know who they are,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to give them a shout out.
Yeah, because that is one of the biggest things, especially for a community like Lynn with the sports program. This is a big escape for a lot of the kids because some of them, if it wasn't for playing all these years, or even those that would be seniors, if it weren't for playing, they'd be doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, and
Right.
we've
And I
seen it
want to
too.
touch on that.
Yeah, and you being from this community, you've seen it too many times, so you know the repercussions of when something like this happens.
Yes, sir. And that's why I want to give those people that are looking for things for these kids to participate in, and staying in the community and handing things out. I want to give these people a shout out. And I also want to talk about my seniors who have been in the program for 4 years that worked so hard for their opportunity to play varsity and to play competitively and go for a conference championship and a state championship. Some of these kids dreamt about it for 3 years, and this is their 4th year, and they're ready as seniors, and now they can't participate. They worked hard to make the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the part that breaks my heart about everything. Because I have a tight relationship with some of them, and we text at least 2 or 3 times a week. And just about personal stuff, not even really about basketball, just about how life is going and how they're handling the COVID crisis. And, it's new for everyone. And I know we're going to get through it eventually.
Yeah.
There's talks of maybe even things going on in the spring. So,
yeah. I know. I know somebody asked me this. I wanted to ask you if this was true, that there was an email sent to coaches about possibly playing in March to like April. I don't know if you received any information on that.
I'm gonna be truthful and honest. I heard the same thing, but I heard it from a student. So when I heard it from the student, I put in an email to someone, one of my superiors, to see if that was true as well. And my superior hasn't heard anything about that either. So,
yeah. So right now it's all just up in the air, and
right.
And it's also interesting because I think next month they're supposed to have football, but I still don't understand why. How should I put this? Why any student athlete that's already signed their letter of intent and have already committed, who are seniors right now, there's no reason for them to play. You know what I'm saying? Like for those students that are they've got their college acceptance, they've gotten their college scholarship. There's no reason for them to even play next month. So that's one thing I was really confused as to why they would have a football season in February. Because if my thing is, if we're not gonna have it, just don't have it and wait till the fall, because
I believe it's to save face and for the underclassmen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To be able to earn those scholarships that those seniors already, signed off on.
Mm-hmm.
My son, he goes to, a school in Danvers, private school, and they're playing football and basketball right now. He's a sophomore, so I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good that they're going to have that football season for these kids. Maybe not the seniors. I think it's a good idea if the seniors already made commitments and signed that they shouldn't play in March. No, they should just get ready to go because they have spring ball in college, summer ball in college. So when they're on their way, they might as well just get in shape and, go see Kenny or something, work with him and just get ready.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, as we're moving forward, just, is there any more talks, or is there any meetings planned to find out what's going on moving forward? Can you just tell me a little about that if you have any information?
Yes, there is a meeting with the school committee, the person who runs the athletics that's on the school committee, with my athletic director this week, and he's going to give me some news. From what I hear, they're communicating with each other every week. I honestly don't believe that, with the rich history in Lynn of basketball, that, they're not trying to make it happen. I mean, we have the we have the back-to-back state champions, in Lynn English. We have, St. Mary's, who's playing now, another dominant team within the state. Also Lynn Classical, who competes in the state. The KIP, who also competes well in the state, and also Lynn Tech that competes well in the state. So, I don't think that they're completely ignoring us. I just think the circumstance is very new to us. We've never dealt with anything like this. Okay. So, we're just trying to, and when I say we, is because we're a family. We're all a community, and I feel like we're all trying to figure it out. I don't think that, we're totally being ignored when it comes to this subject.
Yeah, understandable. All right. Hey man, appreciate the time. I appreciate you taking the time.
Listen, man, listen, Mook. I want to come on with you and Todd one day, man, and talk some basketball and football and boxing. And I love sports, man. You got to get me on the show.
We'll work something out. February.
I've been begging you for like 2-3 years.
We'll get you on. There's some, January, February, some college stuff happening. But
I'll wear my mask. Don't worry about it.
We'll figure out a day, and we'll get you. We'll get you here. All right.
And before you go, I just want to let you know, you do a great job for the community. I see you out there, on foot. When we had the protest, you was there with the camera, ready to, do your thing, man. And we appreciate you.
Yes.
Okay. I just want you to know that, and we think you do an excellent job for our community, and keep up doing the great work. Okay.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But be on the lookout. We'll get you. The NFL postseason is here, so just stay sharp.
I'll be ready.
We'll get you.
I'll be ready. Tell TB I'll be ready.
I'll let him know. We'll get you.
All right.
You guys been watching the Plus One. You guys been watching the Plus One interview. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, brother.
No problem.